Hello everyone and welcome to another live stream with me, Organivator. Today, however, we're doing a very special live stream. We're exploring the Falkland Islands, which of course is my home. We flew here on my stream yesterday. We came over from Chile. And today we're going to be exploring a number of outer islands in the Falklands. We've got a flight time, I think, of around an hour and 10 minutes. So this morning I was thinking, well, what aircraft should I use? I didn't want to use the 320 because it's too big, but I wanted something nice and fast, so I chose the Just Flight Hawk, which we've currently got sitting here at Stanley, and I'll just get the view up for you now. There we are. I'm going to use, no, I need to use this view, actually. I'm going to use this view. I thought I was using the other view until I noticed we didn't have the subscriber, overlay on. So here we are, parked in Stanley. Now, this is Free West Stanley Airport. I, downloaded it off of flightsim.to. And I can confirm that this looks extremely accurate. So let's get into the cockpit and start setting things up. Now we're not going to do a full setup. We're just going to go ready for start. Right, and then what do we need to do? Press this button here. The main objective of this stream is just to explore the Falklands. I'm not bothering to do anything particularly realistically. Obviously, we'll fly nice and steady, but yeah, let's just have a bit of fun. Okay, so the GTS is started up, so we can hit the starter button. Wait for 20% on this gauge here. And we can hear the engine starting up. And then we can introduce fuel. We can silence the alarm, and we'll go for the rear canopy as well. Here we go. This will give us just a bit of a better view. Right. Yeah, we'll press this button. For some reason, the hydraulic 2 light seems to stay on for a while. I'm not sure why. There, now it's gone out. Okay, so parking brake is released. We'll set flaps 1 for takeoff. Let's get going. So, out 8. Even down to the fuel truck. That fuel truck looks bang on what it does in real life. We're also not on live weather. I've just put normal weather, sunshine. And I'm just going to make the altimeter read 0, so we can use it like a rad out. Now I have pinned the route into the chat, but I'm going to be working off of a route that I plotted on Google Earth on my phone. We also don't need any charts or anything like that today, because we're not doing any instrument stuff. Yeah, so once we leave Stanley, our first place is MPA, Mount Pleasant Airport. We'll probably do a low pass down the runway there. Then we'll probably go to quite a steep climb and turn southbound for Sea Lion Island. And also another thing to bear in mind is I only got this this aircraft this morning, so I've not had much time to fly it about, see how it handles and stuff like that. We'll put a bit of power on for our turn. And we should line up quite nicely with the runway. That's not too bad. And I'm going to put the brakes on. Okay, so I'll spool the engine up a bit. That's nice and stable, set full power. And release the brakes. And rotate. We're off the ground, gear up. Now here's the Lady Elizabeth, this ship here. Lady Elizabeth, should I say. Flaps up. We'll do a nice pass down Stanley Harbour. Okay, that's fine, Daniel. See you then. Let's do a flight down Stanley. And again, we're in absolutely no rush today, so I'll just take my time over things. I hope we've got plenty of fuel. I neglected to check that. I've not checked that yet. Okay, and then we'll do one more pass and we'll go right down Stanley Harbour. So we're just coming up to Mount Tumbledown here. Okay, do a pass over Tumbledown and let's do a right turn. We've got plenty of speed. And levelling out. So over to the right here, this is Mink Park. This development up here is pretty new, that's called Sapper Hill. Coming down here, this is my old school there, Fix. No, that's not it. Yeah, here it is, Fix, this building up here. The hospital. And we're just coming up to this jetty here, that's called Thigh Pass. And again, the Lady Elizabeth, parked just west of Stanley Airport. And we're going to go a nice right turn. This is Surf Bay, this feature. About 400 feet. We're climbing, that's fine. And we'll head to MPA now. Microsoft Flight Sims, the graphics are incredible. And we'll get to reduce the crest a bit, make it a bit quieter. And we can turn right and intercept the MPA road and fly along that for a bit. Okay, we'll descend down to fly along the MPA road. Now, I wonder if the wind turbines are modelled in Microsoft Flight Sim. I would be very... yes, they are, look at that. Okay, we'll circle around and have a look at the wind turbines as well. And we'll slow down. Look, there's even traffic on the road. The only thing not accurate about the road is it is now tarmac. And I think they've got gravel textured on that. Although I might be wrong. And here's the wind turbines, and they've also modelled the quarry, which is just east of the wind turbines. And over the quarry, and we'll climb back up. We want to keep enough speed, we're going quite slow. And we want to gain altitude because we want to do a low pass along the MPA runway at about, well, I hope about 300 knots. That's what I'm planning. And for that we'll go into the front seat. Okay, we're just passing through 6,000 feet now. Now, can I see MPA? No, I can't see it at the moment. We want to level off at 8,000. We're still climbing. Right, we should have leveled now. And I think I can see MPA now. In which case we need to come left. And we can reduce the power. We can start descending. There's MP. And idle power. And we need to descend considerably. Full power. We're probably gonna come in at about 400 knots, but that's fine. And start leveling off. And pull up. Down to about 250 knots, push forward, and level again. And now we can turn south-south, south-south, westbound for sea line. And while we're fairly level, what I will do, if I can remember what it's called, yeah, I think you have to go through the fly-by-wire in the schooler. Okay, so we're about 11,000 feet. Let's get the map up. So as you can see, we are here, and we want to go down here. And we're still climbing, so I'll change that, and we'll be descending. What I'll do is I'll just wind the altimeter down a bit more so it says so that there's less risk of us crashing into the sea, because obviously once you're flying low level across the water there's not much visual reference, so I'll just put in a bit of a buffer. This is Lively Island that we're passing over at the moment, and you can see its runways here. And we'll descend over Lively and then across the water over to sea line. And now going at 500 knots. And we're very low to the water. And we'll cut the power. Keep the nose down though. And we're approaching sea line. Now we won't land at sea line because there's not enough runway, but I'll do a visual approach and a go around that. I've just changed the view a bit so I get a slightly better picture. And we're now on the verge of going too slow. And we'll descend some more just to gain the speed. And here's the runway at sea line. So we'll put the gear down, put the flaps out. Slow right down. It's quite a nice approach, this one. Comes right over the beach, and the runway is a clay runway, as represented here in the sim. This is the Sea Line Lodge. It doesn't quite look like that. We might do a touch and go here, actually, if I can. Let's see. And we're down at full power. And we're airborne again. Positive brake gear up. Flaps one. That was successful. Okay, so we've been to Sea Line. So the next stop, according to my plan, is New Island. And that is a bit of a longer flight, this one. So we're here, and New Island is... yeah, New Island is this one here. So it's probably about 100 miles away from us. So we can climb up at 20,000 feet, I reckon. Nice gentle climb. And we'll target 200 knots. So yeah, there's 200, so we need to lower the nose, lower it a bit more to maintain 200. Pull up. And we're maintaining 200 knots quite well. And we're now at 8,000 feet. And remember, the altitudes are the ones up here. That's above sea level. We're not interested in this one here. Okay, we need to pitch forward a bit. There's 200 again. And we can do a very gentle right turn. And I will activate live traffic. Okay, and that is... No. Oh, no. Okay, okay, so we appear to have run out of fuel. No, okay. Well, we recovered that, thanks to the ability to just refuel in flight magically. Okay, there we are. That should be much better. Okay, we've got a full tank of fuel now. So let's resume our climb. Get rid of this one here. And we can start leveling off. Okay, I'm using the right mouse button is like an autopilot type thing for us. While I just move the position of the stick. No. Okay, hopefully you can still hear me fine. Okay. We need to make a left turn. Let's see if we can get to 20,000. And let's start the live traffic as well. I'm not too sure what happened with that. It sort of... Oh yes, we ran out of fuel, did we not? Well, let's see if we can go to that now. And we're just approaching Falkland Sound, so let's have a look. Right, yeah, there's Falkland Sound coming all the way down here. And we're level at about 17,000 feet now. Can we come up again at all? I really want to get to 20,000 feet. Fly-by-wire, here we go, fly-by-wire installed. Okay, we can hit update, cancel. Yes, live traffic, injector. Start, here we go. Do you want to, no. want. And start again. Yes, we do want to change current 18. Nope. I believe. Oh no, it's still not working. Oh, it doesn't want to work. But we are at 20,000 feet now, so that's okay. Now, turning right towards New Island. This leg of our journey's been slightly interrupted by various things. And we're very close to stalling, I think. That is because I think we're nearing the ceiling of this aircraft. And I don't want to risk a stall because the last time I did that, I ended up in an unrecoverable spin, so we won't be trying that. Okay, we're gonna start descending. A very gentle descent. We already can see that the aircraft's much happier. And a gentle right turn. No, we want to keep the nose forward. We do not want to climb. And we're just coming down through 19,000 feet. I would just testing something out then. It turns out that when you do anything violently with the controls on this aircraft, it seems to really mess it up quite a lot. Like this, if I was just to do that, see, it really doesn't like it, though if I was to gently pitch up, it's fine. Same with the roll, so if I was to go oh no, that was okay. But if you went like this, it does not like it. In fact, we're now in a spin. Okay, let me just recover from that. Okay. As you can see, it doesn't like rolling too violently. Although if we were to softly go over like this, it's fine. Okay, we're nearing New Island now. Let's just fly inverted for a while, shall we? So now up is no, forward is up, left is right, right is left, back is down. So if we now pull through the vertical, through the vertical, there we are. And now we're pointing in completely the wrong way, so I'll just do a bank to the left very sharply. And we're pointing the right way again. And let's climb back up to sensible altitude as well. And we can start pushing forwards. And we'll reduce power a bit as well. Now, I believe this is Weddell, yeah. So, actually, we might pay a visit at Weddell. Talking of the place. Seeing as we're passing over, it's not on our flight plan, but that's fine. And we're doing it completely based off of visual reference because we don't have anything to aid us, and here's the airstrip at Weddell. Great, and let me just pull up a bit. And we're descending down, there's a nice hill in front of us. So we'll be pulling up in just a moment to account for that. And push forward down this valley here. And again up. And down. And we're now approaching New Islands, so we'll cut the power, and we'll probably do a touch and go here. Although, thinking about it, we have a very short runway, so we might not, we might just do a nice low pass over it. Flaps out, gear down. Gear down 3 greens. Our speed is very high. And we're definitely not doing a touch and go here because here's the runway just below us now. Although we'll run off the end and right over the water. Gear up. Flat up. And we're accelerating. Okay, so next stop is steeplechasing, and I have a bit more to say when we get steeplechasing. And here is the New Island Museum down below on the left. Actually, we'll just do one more pass over the museum, just because I know when my viewers wants to see it. So let me just cut the power. Oh dear. Oh, shoot. No, okay. And that's the end of it. Okay, well that's interesting. Right, sorry about this. I'm gonna have to put you back to the start screen here. Sorry about this. This was not good. It's just going back to the main menu now. And I should be on in the next 3 minutes. What we'll do is just thinking the best way to do this. I'll probably start the aircraft at one of those custom waypoint things you can do on Microsoft Flight Sim, and then see what happens. So we want to be here, set as departure, fly. And as for my promise at the start of the screen that we, at the start of the stream that we will be flying nice and safely, that's not quite happened so far, but I can almost guarantee that we will not have another situation like this. I hope. And Daniel, I really hope you appreciate this. A lot of work's gone into this. Let's go. Ready for takeoff. Okay, and we can go Flight Sim live and turn up the desktop audio. Okay, so we're back. We are back. And hopefully it works fine from this point. We'll just turn around. We'll turn around and then we'll find the museum again and fly over it at a nice fast speed. I think we're quite high up. And there's the museum. Nose down. Ah, that's another thing that I haven't bothered doing. There we are. No weather. Right, here we go. Right down the valley, past the museum. Here's the museum. What a load of work. Just to go past the museum anyway. We would have been history had that been real life. No pun intended. Okay, and now then we're going north-northwestbound for steeplechasing. And we've got a flight time to get steeplechasing around 10 minutes, I think. Let's climb up a bit. And target 200 knots. It's 200 knots, we'll start pitching forward. And I'm pretty sure that is steeplechasing I can see over there, right in front of us. And now 12 o'clock just above that that bit as you look across the windscreen. Now, I think I know what we'll do for an introduction to steeplechasing. What we'll do is we'll fly right in between the two mountains. Now, steeplechasing is extremely exclusive. You can't actually get there by plane or helicopter. You have to take a boat from Falkland Island, and that takes about 3.5 hours. I think 3.5 hours. That takes you out there. But yeah, as I say, it's extremely exclusive. I'm very lucky to have been there myself. There's about 750,000 pairs of albatross, black-browed albatross, along with plenty of other wildlife, of course. It's also shut at the moment due to bird flu. Okay, reducing power. Now, I don't think the Microsoft Flight Sim interpretation of steeple is quite correct. The mountains are far steeper and higher than that. Maybe it's just where we are. I'll make a judgment once we're actually somewhere near. One thing I do know though is we need to descend quite rapidly. There's 19,000, 18,000, 17,000, 16,000, and we'll start pulling up. We're almost going at 500 knots. And we're nicely lined up with where I want to be. And we want to get as fast as we can. And we also want to decrease our altitude as far as we safely can. Maybe it's got the hills correct. Yeah, maybe they have. And also, let's see if they've modelled the lodge on steeple. Here we are. And around, cut the power. We don't want to climb too much. But we do want some left rubber. Level there. Level there while we lose some speed. And we can start a right turn. We want to be very careful not to stall again. And we want to descend. This is right over the albatross colony here. This coastline along here, that's where all of the albatross are. And we should be descending past the lodge if it's modelled on here. Let's see if it's modelled on here. So we're coming along. Yeah, here's the lodge. That's right in the, that's in the correct place as well. Very impressive from Microsoft Flight Sim. Okay, and then now let's head to Carcass. Flight time from here to Carcass is probably only about 3 minutes at the speed we're doing. This is Grand Jason, this island beneath us now. And we'll start slowing down here for Carcass. Because this way, by the time we actually get to Carcass, we should be doing a reasonable speed. And I know what we're doing when we get to Carcass. We're going to go right over the saddle and then down past the settlement and out over the harbour. Now this is quite incredible, so we're at idle power and we're still going at over 300 knots. And climbing actually, we've got a very slight climb on and now we're descending. I want to slow down. And here's Carcass just ahead of us now. And we're doing about 250 knots. Let's add a bit of power in. Okay, we'll come over the northwest point, which is this point here. Now, this is one issue that Microsoft Flight Sim has. It has a lot of trees where there aren't meant to be trees. Okay, so we're over here, northwest point, and then we come around. We'll go up the cross runway, which comes up here. It is shown on Microsoft Flight Sim, but we couldn't do quite a steep enough turn. But hopefully we can. Yeah, here we are. Here's the saddle. We're just coming up the saddle. Let's increase the speed a bit, as far as possible. Okay, saddle, that's Stanley Hill, this hill to the right of us. And here's the top of the paddock. Coming into the settlement, this is a very accurately done settlement. The shearing shed is this building. Garage, tourist lodge down here. And we're now over the harbour, which is called Port Patton Bay. This island here is called Beecham's. And then we'll show you Leopard Beach as well. We'll fly along Leopard Beach. And here's Leopard Beach, this beach that runs along all the way here. That's Leopard Beach. And now the next stop is Saunders Island. We'll do a touch and go at Saunders. Again, Saunders has a nice clay runway. Hello, Daniel Modes, that's okay. So we've been to New Island, we've been to Carcass, and now we're coming to Saunders Island. We're going to do a touch and go at Saunders. Then the next stop's Port Howard. Then we'll be going north along Falkland Sound, along the north coast of East Falkland, down past Volunteer Point and back to Stanley. So I reckon a time remaining of about 45 minutes. So it's certainly not too late to join. Okay, so I've got the runway in sight. Okay, we're going way too fast for flaps as yet. But here's the runway just up here. This rectangle thing. Let's descend a bit. Okay, we're ignoring what we're meant to be doing, so flaps down, gear down, and that should drain our speed off. Well, so Daniel, how do you think the landing will be at Saunders? Correction, touch and go will be at Saunders. Okay, here's the runway we're just coming into. Also, could you put in the chat how the audio levels are, please? I can't monitor them at all from here. Okay, we're a bit on the slow side, and we're down. Full power, flat. So 1, and rotate, and we're off again. And we're away, gear up. Flaps to 1. The audio is a bit quiet. Is that the desktop audio? Is that any better? Audio wise? High praise on the landing, thank you. Okay, the next stop is Port Howard, which is down here. I'll just make this map a tiny bit bigger, because on the way you might not say it too well. Here. So here's some, Port Howard down here. Okay, we'll climb up again. If you're liking this live stream so far, please leave a like, it will really help the channel out. And if you're new to the channel, you can really subscribe as well. Right, okay, so I guess is that any better on the audio? I've just turned the plane down a bit. Okay, so we're now good, that's perfect. So we are now just descending down towards Port Howard, and we're not even gonna attempt a landing at Port Howard, because the runway is far too short, far too bumpy. But we will go down, I'm not even quite sure what it's called, the harbour that belongs to Port Howard. Wait, for anyone who's just joined us, I'm thinking of Daniel in particular here, but I'll just show you what we're actually flying. This is what we're flying. And we'll just get that back up. Yes, it was the only aircraft that I could think of. I was thinking, what should I fly? Not the 320, because it's too big. I wanted something nice and agile, nice and fast. But simply enough that I didn't need to do too much learning on it. So I got this morning, and this is basically my first flight in it. If you scroll back a bit in the video, back to Daniel, I think you can probably get really old aircraft. Yes. Yeah. I'm not sure. I've not checked. I've not actually had a requirement to get one as yet. If you check back to the bit where we were flying over New Island, and particularly the museum, I managed to crash this aircraft, so we sort of had to restart a bit. Okay, so I'm just doing a left turn now. A left turn, and then we'll do another left turn down the harbour. Okay, great. You can message me and put it into the chat in a minute what you think of it. Yeah, okay, now fast forward to now and watch our flight down the harbour. Okay, here we come. Rolling level. Oh wait, we're not. Okay, we did, our turn was slightly too sharp. Okay, let's do a right turn. Here's part of the settlement over here, and the rest of the settlement is over here. I can confirm again that is a very accurate representation. That's the dock that the ferry uses, and the ferry goes out of this harbour and across to New Haven on East Falkland. It's a vital transport link. And the ferry also every 6 weeks or 6 months. It must be 6 weeks. Every 6 weeks, the ferry does a trip around the outer islands, delivering supplies. Perhaps vehicles need servicing or something. And the ferry will go around all of the islands and take everything in or out of Stanley and deliver them. Okay, let's get the map back up. So now it's on to... I know the detail is absolutely incredible. Yeah. So now we're coming up northbound, Falkland Sound. And then we'll turn eastbound along the north coast. So on this map you can now see where we are in relation to Mount Pleasant and then to Stanley over here. And then once we come up the north coast, we'll be turning south again, and we'll go past Cow Bay and then Volunteer Point before landing back in Stanley. Volunteer Point, of course, is where we have all of our king penguins, along with Magellanic penguins and Gentoos. So if we were to go straight line from here to Stanley, it's about 60 miles, so it would take probably 20 minutes, 10, maybe 15 minutes. But from here, the route we're flying back, it'll take another, like, half hour. Okay, and we'll cut across this point of land here. I'm not too convinced by the control inputs I get from this aircraft. It seems to jolt around a lot. I've got no clue whether that's realistic or not. It just doesn't seem quite right to me. The roll axis is much better than the pitch axis. Okay, and we'll turn eastbound now. Yeah, it could be an error either on my part or well, the flight model in Microsoft Flight Sim is known for not being too accurate. But again, it could be an error from me, or just the computer throwing up an error. There are a lot of variables. By that I mean there's a heck of a lot that can go wrong in a flight sim. When you think of the strain being put on the computer. Okay, and we want to aim for this point up here. Up here. And we'll... Yes, it's very demanding on the computer. The computer does a very good job keeping up with it. But especially when I'm streaming and everything, yeah, there must be a heck of a lot of load being put on. Okay, and we'll cut the power to make our descent into, well, down past Volunteer Point. What's that rattling sound? Yeah, the gear's up in theory. I thought it sounded like the gear, but it's not. And we've run out of fuel again, although unlike last time, I'm not concerned, because I know that it'll just do that. A flight over Bristol, perhaps. Yeah, but right now, yeah, a flight over Bristol would be very good. Hang on a moment. I've just run out of fuel. I'll get back to that question in a moment. Now, I do always say at the start of every stream that you should read the safety card because failures are enabled, and in this case, we have had an engine failure, it appears. Right, nose down. This is not exactly what I had in mind. Let's see if we can refire the engine. Okay. Okay, well, we're working through the issue. There's no need to be alarmed at the moment, although there might be very soon. What we'll do is we'll just restart the engine quickly. Okay, so we're getting positive results off the engine. Right, we'll just introduce some fuel. Let's just press this one. So we've got power. Let's just, no, not that one. Let's check the reset. Yeah, except we can do that. Ready for takeoff. Let's cancel that beep, because that's getting on my nerves. Let's cancel it. Okay, ready. Let's get rid of the map. On, we've got that. And of course, this is a new aircraft to me as well. So I don't have quite the amount of knowledge that that would be nice to have. Let's just right. Okay. Let's press start. Okay, I think we're in gliding range of Stanley anyway, so, well, now's the, ultimate test of my glider training. Okay, so we'll keep this attitude. It's a nice clear day, so we've got all of the visual references we need. We'll point for Gypsy Cove, and we'll see how far we get. While we try and restart the rear pilot disabled, rear settings, sync altimeters, vortex effects. Let's okay, so we're coming down through 8,000 feet now. You could always put in the chat whether you think we'll make it to the airport or not. That would be quite useful. Right. The other thing we need to consider is the emergency gear extension, if that's modelled. Right, gear down. We've got the nose wheel is green. Come on, Daniel, be more realistic. We're easily gonna make it. So, gears down. We'll turn off that thing. We'll turn off the fuel. So now we've got no hope of getting any thrust, but that's fine, we do not need it. We're still at 4,000 feet, so I'm just going to make it a bit wider of a turn, out towards the Narrows. This is, Port William that we're over at the moment. That's Stanley Harbour. So you've got Stanley Harbour, the Narrows, and then Port William. Now, the really difficult thing is you've got to judge this just right. Because you also do not want to be too high. But you don't want to lose too much speed either. So let's... and we definitely don't want to stall because we've got no way to recover. There's Bypass, that's a nice sight. There's Lady Elizabeth. And we're nicely on final for the runway. 1,300 feet. Flap 1. Once we've landed, I'll go on the drone camera view and then we'll find my house. Right, flaps up. Let's get as much speed as we can. Now, what you can't see modelled on here is you can actually land on this gravelly bit on the runway. That used to be a part of the runway. Flare, and we're down. Okay, we made it back to Stanley. That is not the ending to the stream that I wanted. Anyway, brakes on. Brakes off. And we'll even exit the runway. Let's see if we can get all the way back to the parking. I think everyone survived. Do you think everyone survived? Thank you. And we'll park right there. Parking brake on. Chocks. Steps. Canopy open. And we'll now look outside. Look at this. Beautiful. Okay. Now let's find my house. So let's go. Now, as I said at the start of the stream, this airport is extremely realistic. I would give it a 10 out of 10 for how authentic it looked. 1 or 2 were lost. Well, considering there was only 1 person on board, I think that's fairly impossible. Zoom level drone speed. Okay, now this road up here, this is called the airport road. This is Bypass. And as we come along here, let's see what controls. So we're coming along. This is, what road is this? I should know what road this is called. Anyway, now this road here, coming along here, that's Short Street. And then this little road up here, that is our driveway, and that is our house here. It would take a long time if I was to do that, Daniel. Okay, and then along the front road, this is the jetty, that's the tourist jetty. That's where most of the Zodiacs come from, the smaller cruise ships. Okay, this is a very, oh, what did I do then? What did I do? Oh, no. Oh my gosh. Camera rotation. Why can I not? Oh shoot. Sorry about that. Okay. Right, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Okay, so we're coming along. We got to the jetty, didn't we? Let's just keep that coming. And let's go down here. Now, this is a very poor representation of the Stanley Museum, this building here. And that is, along here, this is the bank, and the town hall is this building. And let's continue the tour. This is a very poor representation of the hospital, but it's still a hospital. And this here is the Falkland Islands Community School, like the best school there is. I have to say that. Yeah. And then here is Stanley Power Station, here. And if we come up here, this is the Sapper Hill development up here. Coming along a bit further. That's worth pointing out. This here is the Beaver Hangar. So before we had the Islander aircraft for the government air service, they used to have Beaver float planes, and that hangar is where they used to be stored, and they used to just take off in the harbour. And again, I've managed to press the wrong button. There's only one more thing I want to show you, so bear with me a moment. The whalebone arch, that is a good point. I'll try and, I doubt if they do, but Microsoft Flight Sim keeps surprising me, so we'll have a look. Now, where would it be? Oh, it's really difficult looking at it like this. I can't work out where different things are. So that is IJS. www. I would say they don't have the whalebone arch, but I will get back to you on that at some later point, not today. I'll have to check after the stream's finished. And then finally, here's Mink Park, here. Yeah, again, about the cathedral, I'll have to check after this stream's finished. And then every year, as part of the school, we do what's called the tumble down run, which is where we run up and then down this hill here. So you can see the rover tracks coming up, so we'd go up this route here, all the way up the rover tracks, then would go across here, and yeah, I think we'd go across here, and then down these. No, we would go up to here, then across to this next peak, and down here, down these rover tracks. I think it was about 3 kilometers in total. It was run in the summer. It was actually quite nice. Yes, it is mandatory unless, unless you're actually disabled, and then you didn't have to do it. But yeah, it was pretty much mandatory. Okay, we'll head back to Stanley Airport. And unfortunately, again, because of our engine failure, I forgot to start the replay. That's becoming a bit of a theme on this channel, isn't it? But never mind. Next time I'll remember. Instead, I'll just leave you with a very nice view. Let me get the camera up in the right place. That view there. Okay, I'll leave you on this view. Well, I hope you enjoyed our flight. Slightly sorry about the unexpected fuel starvation issue that we had near the end there. But we landed. Everyone survived. As I say, Microsoft Flight Sim's graphics of the Falklands are absolutely amazing, especially Stanley Airport. Now, this is not default Stanley Airport. This is a freeware Stanley Airport that I downloaded off of flightsim.to. I'm not sure when the Falklands Discovery Part 2 will be on, possibly next week, but I'm sure we'll have another stream before then anyway. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in our next live stream. We'll probably return to Europe for our next stream. Bit of a more boring flight. But anyway, see you next time. Thank you. Bye.